Hi, everybody. So I hope you are all able to go into your own study about prayer. Most importantly, I pray that you all were intentional about going in and making sure that you set aside some time to sit and pray. I am beginning to really love prayer. And the more I'm learning about it, the more I am seeing how much of a need it is. It's not just something that we can say, you know what, I'll get to it. Like, we really need to pray every single day, all the time. We need to be praying. So today we are going to be zoning in on the discipline of solitude. Now, solitude doesn't necessarily mean like you're being silent. Solitude is just really being intentional about getting away from the noise, getting away from the distractions, getting away from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever it is that is keeping you from spending that time with God and getting in the presence of God. Those are the things that we need to cut out. Like, literally, I was hearing last week that so many people, we need to cut out the noise. It's hard for you to hear God when you're surrounded by all these things. Jesus walked with the disciples and he still saw the need to go into the mountains and just him and God, to spend time with God so he can be in his presence with the Lord. So we're going to be discussing and going over the gift and discipline of solitude. So let me go over some scriptures with you. So first we have Mark 1:35. Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where he prayed. Then we have Luke 6:12. One of those days, Jesus went out to a mountainside to pray and spent the night praying to God. In Matthew 14:23, after he dismissed them, he went up in a mountainside by himself. So Jesus himself, the Savior of us, he was often going into solitude to pray and just to be in the presence of the Lord. And what I am really finding is that when I cut out all the distractions and I sit with God, sometimes it looks different. Sometimes I am silent and just allowing him to speak to me, and I'm just resting in God and I'm just resting in his presence. Sometimes it looks like you reading your word. Sometimes it's praying. Sometimes it's all of the things, but it's so important that we are being diligent and intentional about setting aside time to spend with the Lord and to just be in his presence. Making sure that we set aside time to get away from all the distractions. I know for me, I have gotten some really great moments of clarity, some moments of reflection. My book that I wrote, it came from me. I didn't realize, but it was from a place of solitude because I was setting aside. I go walk a lot. I'm outside a lot by myself. Like, I'll just get away, just go outside the house, and it's just me and God. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you are just sitting in the room by yourself, which that is absolutely wonderful. But I have my moments. I have some of my best times with the Lord is just when I'm walking and I can really feel his tangible presence. I was telling a friend not too long ago, probably a few months back, like during that time, it was really feeling like God was was really walking with me, right? His presence was just so thick. And so I really want us to from now on, since this is a challenge, let's start today, at least spend 15 to 30 minutes just you and God. Get away, no cell phone, no TV. If you want to have worship music, that's okay. Because sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Again, each time it looks different. But I really want us to just be intentional about setting some time to just sit with you and God so you can hear him. Just keep that appointment. Make appointments to sit with God. Keep a date. Sometimes it's just me and God. We go on a date. Sometimes we go on a date. It's just me and God, and I literally talk to him. And now more than ever, if you are seeing what's going on around us, it's so pivotal. It's so vital that we are connecting with God so we can hear him and know what he's saying for us to do in this time, in this season. Getting your instructions, getting your downloads. This is how you're able to get those downloads and that wisdom and that understanding from God. You're learning the nature of God. You're learning what he sounds like, what he feels like, what his presence feels like. Okay, you're learning the character of God. You're learning the character of God. You're able to focus and get so much clarity when there's just no distraction. So cancel out the noise. Spend that intimate time with you and God. And I just wanted to read this to you. This is a phenomenal book. In addition to the Bible, this is one of my favorite books too. And it's called Secrets of the Secret Place by Bob Sorge. I think that's how you say Sorge. And so it says, we close the door to our secret place so that we might shut out all distracting voices and tune our hearts to the one voice which we long to hear. So sometimes if you're constantly moving, constantly having all these other voices, the TV, the radio, the news, music, the husbands, the wives, the children, the babies, all the things, it's hard to filter through all of that to get to God's voice. So yes, it's great to gather together, but Jesus showed us that it's very important that we go and be in our secret place in solitude with the Lord. So again, if you have any questions, if you want to share any revelations, reach out to me. I love y'all so much. Happy day 2.